very inspiring to us. We are proud of everything you are doing for not for just for our district, but also for the country, either creating tech jobs in the rural sector or working with President Biden to uh, uh, help the CHIPS Act to revitalize the economy and bring the manufacturing jobs in US. Thank you, Ro. I'm going to talk about the issues our community faces with H1 visas. And every year, almost 200,000 students come to study in the US. And maybe many of us will relate that we were one of those students who came across during different periods of time. And as part of those students coming to US, I will share with you a small story of two fictional people, Raghu, who comes to study in, let's say, 2010 from India, and also Mike, who comes from any country but not India and China. And both of them come here and do a computer science degree, and both of them get a job in, let's say, Facebook. And they start working, they get an H1 visa through lottery system, they start working in the company. The employer files for their green card, and within 2 years, Mike gets his green card and goes towards a settled life. He buys a house and gets a settled life. But while Raghu, who has come from India, continues to struggle with the first step of the green card, which is I-140, and he has to wait 15 years, 20 years, and maybe now with the green card backlog, maybe up to 50 to 100 years to get his green card. In the meantime, what happens? Raghu's daughter becomes 21 years of age, and she ages out of the green card process. And she's no longer as a dependent of the green card. She has to either leave this country and go back where she doesn't know India, or she has to, try to basically get into a student visa and start her process again. And this struggle continues. So with this basically happening, for Mike, on the other hand, life is much easier, and so going on. So these are few of the struggle which Raghu has to go through to get his green card. Now let's look at the numbers. Every year there are 85,000 H1 visas issued, and out of which almost 65% of the H1 visas are given to people from India, and these are given through lottery. So out of the 65,000 visas are given to people of India origin, and the number of green cards which are given every year to people of India origin, because of the 7% cap limit on the country, is almost 8,000. And those green cards include the dependents. So which means on average, if a family of 4, we are giving 2,000 green cards to people who are on H1. So 200,000 students comes every year, 65,000 people get an H1, and only 2,000 people get green cards. What happens to the rest of the people? They struggle. Their life of uncertainty. They cannot go back and travel back and forth. They cannot transfer a job. In this story, Raghu lost a job in Facebook, and he has to leave the country in 60 days. He has to find another job in 60 days, or he has to leave the country and go back. So there's a constant struggle. And why this struggle is there? Because there's a 7% country cap limit. So my request to you, Congressman Bro, is that, and before you came here, I was saying the great work you're doing not for our district, but also for the country. I have to repeat that, for the rural sector, and for helping the president with the CHIPS Act and everything else. But thank you for that. But we are looking for your leadership to remove the 7% country cap on the green card process. And so with that said, if we are putting the people in the funnel that you're welcome here, and without you, we cannot operate the US economy. Without you, we cannot operate the US companies. But then you get stuck in the green card backlog process.